I'm about to start the shenanigans early. I just had to say that. So I'm not gonna hold y'all responsible for this time.
Damn straight from the get go, huh?
Um, Shout out to everybody that's been listening, man. Y'all already know what this is, man. Back the House Podcast. We got my man Just Red back, returning again and again. And we got a
What's happening?
newcomer.
What's happening?
We got a newcomer, man. Not newcomer to the podcast world, but newcomer to the shenanigans of Bet the House Podcast. We got conversations with Lamp, right?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Conversations with Lamp. Go ahead on to break it down and introduce yourself and your platform, my man.
Hey, first of all, thank you for the invite to your podcast, man. I truly appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
My name is James Lampkin. I'm the host of Conversations with Lamp. My podcast is on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts, and again, it's called Conversations with Lamp.
Okay. What is your show based on for the people that don't know?
So my show is interview based. I find guests that I deem would be interesting. I reach out to them. I find most of my guests on IG. So
Okay.
I read their profiles, see what they're doing. If I think we could have a great conversation, I send them a message. If they reply back and say they want to do it, we hit that record button and put it out.
Yes, sir. Okay, so I just want to say this because I feel like not enough men say it. Men are fuck ups. Just natural. We are definitely fuck ups. We fuck up. I don't know. I think because we are men, we are not allowed to, fuck up, show a sign of weakness, show that we are human, that we make mistakes. I think so much emphasis has been put on us because and when you do what you're supposed to do, people say, "Oh, well, you're supposed to do that." But when you fail, it's like looked down on. It's like shunned. It's like you're not supposed to fail. You're not supposed to make mistakes. Me personally, I have made my share of mistakes, and it has costed me a lot. Can you come back from a mistake? It depends on what it is. So, do y'all think men is it that we are naturally fuck ups, or is it a acquired taste?
Damn, not an acquired taste. I mean, is it a fuck up considered a bill? Is it considered a cognac right now? Is it escargot? Is that what you call a fuck up? A fuck up these days? Is it a delicacy?
Man, like, do you I think it's just naturally. You know what I'm saying? I think it's naturally. Like if but some people don't grow into being a fuck up, or they don't want that fuck up title, but it happens. Men, we make mistakes, whether that's in life, whether that's in the relationships that we get in, whether that's with just anything. Like, and then it's like we are not allowed to make mistakes. Like, it's frowned upon. You know what I'm saying? We're considered weak if we show any type of emotion. If we, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't never get that you man ain't supposed to cry.
Yeah, you get it all the time. I mean, at the end of the day, that's rule number. It's almost men 101 for women in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to show any ounce of emotion. You're not supposed to show any vulnerability whatsoever. You're just supposed to be flat out. In a sense, you're supposed to be James Evans.
Yeah.
Hard working, gonna work your shit to the bone. Come in, break a belt across your kid's back, bring home the fucking money.
Yeah.
And hey, Florida, you know I motherfucking love you, bitch.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. I fucking love you. it ain't supposed to be none of that soft touchy. Well, you know what, son? You know what? JJ Michael.
Yeah,
It's not
like
supposed to be no softness to it.
see the
But
thing
the
about
harsh reality is
the thing
the
about
reality of it is,
about
is
that
that
is
we do have emotion, we do have feelings, and crazy thing is I was speaking with another young lady probably about a week or so ago, and she wanted to call it and say it's bullshit that guys don't care about feelings, they don't care about emotions, they don't care about intimacy, they don't care about any of that stuff. And reason being is because people have the mindset that she has, and they instill that and they push that. But if you stop pushing that and allow those moments when a man does decide to open up and understand that, whoa, this is a true powerful moment, and
yeah.
he's actually showing me this, and he's actually giving me openness into his world, into his heart, into his mind, into his feelings, and understand the magnitude of it, as opposed to shutting him down and causing him that, what, fuck this, I'm never gonna express this ever again. Then you wouldn't have so many fuck ups in a sense.
They say men
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
they say men ain't supposed to cry. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm different. I cry to my woman, with my woman, and for my woman. I don't know why. It's a habit. You know what I'm saying? But I will never let my guys know this. I will never let
I guess this episode ain't gonna make it out there.
but no. I mean, it's good to show emotion. I don't think in a sense women want to deal with an emotional dude, and some do. Lamp,
Right,
what you
because they're
think, my
already an
boy?
emotional creature themselves.
Yeah, they feel like they emotional. They don't need to be with somebody emotional. If that was the case, they might as well go be with a chick. You know,
True.
Lamp, what you thinking, my
That's
boy?
the way they look at it.
Well, I think honestly, I think it depends on age, experience, um, because I can say I've been in a position where I have been able to be vulnerable.
Mm.
I've been married. It's going on 18 years.
Oh wow.
So I mean, with that much time in, you're gonna get to know your spouse. So it's only so many. When you've been with somebody that long, there's only so much you can hide. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Right.
And
can't
I
go
think
cry in the bathroom or in the car.
y'all used the examples like James Evans and stuff, but I think we've come a little further than that, because I think everything is just like history. It's like history repeats itself. People do the behaviors that they know, and I
Hmm.
think now men are being more open about how they feeling.
Yeah,
I think it's being received better than it was years ago.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Cause if you cry in front of a woman, she gonna go find a thug. Them times has changed. My man DLP just stepped in the room.
What's
Um,
good? What's good?
Was good.
What's up, bro?
we talking about how men are natural fuck ups, or is it an acquired taste? It's something that you just learn to be.
We grow up at some point, man. We grow up at some
Yeah,
point.
yeah. Um,
We don't stay fuck ups.
Some of us.
Nah,
yeah,
but
Some
see,
of us.
this thing. If you stay in a fuck up, then that's just what you want to. That ain't a fuck up at that point.
like
True.
I
At
have.
that point, you committed. You committed to being that version of you. Or you could say a dog per se. If you saying, what do we define fuck up?
Yeah, that's a good point too.
Like
Find it.
you okay. Fuck up. Example. You got a good woman at home. She do everything in the power for you, but in your mind, she ain't enough. So you go out here, she do everything, like everything, but you still gotta go cheat. You still gotta go lie. You still gotta go fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
That's a dog.
And
Yeah, that's a dog.
no matter how
That's a
many
dog.
times you fuck up, she's still
No.
gonna she's still gonna be there. She's still
He's
gonna
selfish.
accept
He's
it.
a selfish dog.
Yeah.
Like
That's a
Yeah, that's
that's a
basically what it
dog.
is. He knows she good, right? It's like, oh man, this the one. And everybody got a partner like that, or a
mhm.
cousin
Yeah.
that got a good ass wife, and you still be
Mm.
like, why the fuck he be messing over? Like
Yeah.
it
Why are
don't
you
make
doing the
sense.
shit you're doing?
Matter of fact, we had this conversation, no bullshit, in the barbershop yesterday. And one of the people, both of them married. One of them was like, well, you don't just intentionally go out there to cheat. Like, I don't go out there to look to cheat. And I'm steady trying to get him to be like, well, make it make sense to me. Even if you're not looking for it, you still can walk away from it. You don't have to. You don't have to engage in it. And he was just like, man, sometimes you just can't say no to something. I said, nah, that's bullshit. Like, you choosing to do that.
Very true.
You can control the environment. You can control the people around you. It's a lot of things you can do. I'm not married, but I've seen enough shit to be like, yo, I'm not rocking with a lot of the shit that I've seen. So that's just being a dog, man. Nigga, just a selfish dog, bro. That we just being blunt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I mean, a lot of people say it's okay to look at the menu long as you don't order.
Yeah, window shop.
Yeah.
You window shop, dog. Look at it, admire it, turn the motherfucker around, put it in the mirror. Don't put that motherfucker on.
Right.
Check the price tag on it. Put it up. Go on about your business.
Yeah, I think it all comes down with your mentality too. Like, if you want to change, you're going to change.
It comes with a lot of discipline. A lot of discipline. I mean, I'm make it seem like it's easy.
Miss Shantae is in the background on this. She wants to know, what does not putting that motherfucker on in don't put it on in men language mean?
Don't engage. Okay, so what I mean by don't put it on is don't exchange no type of information. That's putting it on at that point.
Okay.
Because you're that mean is, if you get her number, her Instagram or Snapchat, OnlyFans, anything that causes you to be able to engage with her afterwards, that's putting it on. You trying it on. The moment you buy it is when you fuck her. You bought it now.
Hey, Lamp,
that's
right?
Shit.
See, Lamp kind of the old
don't
school.
Take the fucking test drive.
Lamp kind of
what we doing?
Don't go for the fucking test drive.
Lamp kind of the old school on this, so I want to ask.
Like you say,
I want to ask him.
Information. The moment that you open it up to where there can be any further communication outside of you just open and gawking, that's it.
Yeah, you out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you lost at that point. Think about it. Once you get her number, right, even if you don't use it that day, in the back of your mind you got her number.
You got it. Yeah.
Right? So it'll be that one moment where you be in the mode. We all had that moment where we kind of be pissed off with our significant other, and you have that slight temptation. That's what we fuck up at.
Yeah.
Once you bite on that little moment of, I'm emotionally mad, I don't want to deal with this shit, then you go do something that fucks you up. Longevity. Like, we gotta learn not to let 5 minutes turn into 24 hours.
That's a real positive and powerful fucking statement. Not letting 5 minutes turn into 24 hours. And I mean, I'm gonna call it what it is. I can speak from fucking experience, some real life shit, that mistakes, and trying to recover from some shit that I fucked up. So I understand wholeheartedly that shit. Don't take the fucking test drive.
So
walk past that motherfucker on the lot.
I got a question for y'all since you brought that up, right? You say it's a mistake. And this, I mean, we being 4 men, we all gonna be honestly blunt here, I believe. Be just jumping in. Is it truly a mistake if you made an intentional decision? Or is it only a mistake because you got caught?
I won't say that it was a mistake because I got caught. And I won't say that it was an intentional decision because I followed through with what happened.
Right.
But what took place in my instance, it was some shit that I felt that was missing, or that I knew that was missing, and just fell for that momentary. I fell for the 20% off of the 80-20 rule. I fell for the 20% and forgot all about the fucking 80. And
right, the temporary
saw all the bells and fucking whistles and shit. Once you let that shit die down, and it's like, oh, I really fucked up.
Right. What's your take on it, James?
I'll say this, man. Me personally, being married so long, my whole mindset is you have to go out with the mindset that you're not going to get in trouble. Like every day I leave the house, I'm thinking about what could go wrong. Like, that could cost me my family.
Yeah.
Because I got a wife, I got a daughter. And you know, if I make a bad decision, my life could look totally different forever. So I gotta ask myself, is this new woman, you know, let's be adults. Is this new pussy worth it? So
Facts.
and my answer always gonna be no. Like I got a
Even new
great wife,
pussy
I
or
got a
old
daughter,
pussy,
and I
you
don't want to
know.
lose my family.
What's your take on it, Ken?
I've been in this situation, and okay, let me rephrase that. I am in this situation, and it is taking a toll on me mentally. That's why I said, man, we're fuck ups. You know, I know, you know, sometimes we can control the things that we do, and sometimes we can't. Unfortunate things happen. Somebody told me that, you know, if you make the same mistake over and over again, then it's no longer a mistake, it's a choice. So,
Right.
you know, I mean, I believe anything can be worked through. You know what I'm saying? Anything can be worked through if you have the mind that you are going to work through it and actually follow through. So if you are out here trying to make a change, trying not to mess around, trying not to ruin your family, ruin your life, then you'll succeed. But if you got that mind that, okay, you don't want to ruin your family, you don't want to do this, but your dick is telling you something different, you will always fail in that notion. See, a lot of guys think with their dick. They don't think with their heart, and they don't think with their mind a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're looking at it, damn, was it even worth it? Was this girl even worth it? You know what I'm saying? Was it worth it? You know, because that'd be the first question they ask. When you get in a situation and you get caught up, they ask you, is it worth it? And in hindsight, it really wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It really wasn't. So I think
We should tell the truth at that point.
yeah, you
know
should.
what the truth is? It goes back to what Red said. If you get jammed up and say you whatever, like to piggyback off what he said about fulfillment, like he was missing something. At that moment that the conversation come up, we as men got to start saying, yo, this is my real, like we got to start being honest about it.
Yeah.
You know, I really
Right.
stepped out because the last 7 months, you know, I've been asking for quality time, or I've been trying to get to do things with you and I'm not getting it. Or, you know, when I get home from work, sometimes I just want to sit there and chill. I don't want to argue. It's a lot of things that we go through that we don't necessarily stay open about. But when we do get into those moments, that's when we as men got to try to find a way to understand that she's listening. She's going to be mad.
Yeah.
She's going to be hurt, but she's going to listen. We got to, at that moment, we got to be honest about it. Even if, you know, like you said, it's lack of better words is a mistake. Like I never went out with the intent of I was going to leave you for her.
Right.
It was she fulfilled this void that I had.
Right.
That for some reason I couldn't get you to comprehend that I needed that. So a lot of times that communication has to happen, but it don't. I mean, it sounds good what I'm saying because it don't always flow like that.
Right.
But you know, when that moment comes and the woman decides to ask us, you know, why?
No,
the first answer needs to be what we're missing.
Man, conversation. No, you cannot get into this.
Let me piggyback off what my man said because he actually right. So the piggyback what he said. So Ken, you was like, men think what they did. Well, in that situation he described, that's not thinking what you did. Sometimes it's just something missing at home, like, and you don't really know how to communicate it. Like, it's not one person, it's both people that may not know how to communicate it. So
hey y'all.
What's good?
Hey, what's up?
I do not want to interrupt, but I'm in the back listening. And I got a question. So can I have an example of what are the voids that needs to be filled that are not being filled at home where it'll make y'all go out and do something so drastic that could jeopardize your family? Now we have a lot of voids.
Said it.
No, I got it. You want the truth?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Where she go? Tell her come back.
No,
you want the truth?
I'm right here.
Yeah, come on, hop on in.
Hey, you know, sometimes just as much as y'all want us to listen, we be wanting y'all to listen too. It start right there. If I come to you, the best example I can give you is if a man, most men work, we'll say 12 to 14 hours a day, depending on your job, right? So I only got 10 hours left in a day. It's hard to come home to a place of peace. Like when a man come home, this is my place of peace. I don't care about what's outside my castle, right? So we listen to women talk about their day, stuff that happened at work, what they mama done said that pissed them off, what their girlfriends that did, what the kids done did while you were gone. Sometimes you gotta allow us to come home and allow us to reset so we can become the father of the house or the husband. Like, we don't never have that time. Most men might sit in their car or take the long ride home just to get mentally ready for what's about to be at the house, because she at the house with the kids, right? So the first thing that you deal with when you come home is, man, let me tell you what your daughter did today. Let me tell you what your son did today. We don't even have time to really just unleash. So that's, it's not saying it that women don't do it. It's just like sometimes just as much as y'all want us to pay attention to the little things, you got to give us that too. We still human. Yeah, we men, but we still human. We still have emotions.
But see, and then it goes back to, you know, what Ken was saying previously. You know, it's the stereotype or the vision in regards to us is we're supposed to just be able to pick up. We're supposed to be Superman. We're supposed to be, you know, there's not to be any kryptonite in our life. We're not to have that moment of being able to have any moment of weakness.
Sometimes I feel like, you know, these long hours that people work, that men work, I'm gonna say men, depending on what you're doing, it gives you a lot of time. So I feel like in this time, all this time you're away from home, and you don't necessarily have a wife or a girlfriend that's bugging you throughout the day. Just kind of let you handle yours, you know? And when you come home, you definitely do get peace as long as you bring it with you. You know what I mean? Bring the peace with you. Now, don't go to work, sitting here at work, and you got all of this stuff going on, all of these secrets that you're creating in your life, in your life, and then come home and expect for there to still be peace. You see what I'm saying? Like, I can't necessarily say that, you know, it's always, men don't have an outlet when they get home. If you done married your best friend, then you have an outlet. But if you're choosing not to use her as that outlet and you choosing to use these women around you that's pumping your head, one thing about some women, they love married men. It's something about a married man that turns a lot of women on. You know what I mean? So if you let that woman take that step into the relationship, it's always going to be some chaos. And, you know, then you're like saying that at home you have no peace. You have no peace at home because this woman is all in your face pretending to listen to your every problem, you know? And I feel like this is a lot of what happens when you just have a lot of time on your hands. And, you know, it sounds so confusing. Even even when I'm trying to speak it, I cannot put it into ways that make sense because it
take the filter off. You're filtering what you're trying to say. So we're not even
you know what? You are absolutely right.
You gotta say it how you gotta let it flow out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I want you to say it how you want to say it. Because I want to retort to what you're saying because I know exactly what you're saying and where you're coming from.
I got nothing to say.
And a lot of what you just stated, I've lived through, I've been through, currently in a situation still going through.
Okay.
And I want to address that, but I want you to be able to just say it how it comes. Just let it, no matter how raw it is. We adults, just let it fly.
I'm a peaceful person, you know, and I feel like here in our home, my husband has an outlet. He knows that. He can talk to me. He can tell me anything. I'm all ears. I support everything, even if it's something that's not for me, something that, you know, I don't necessarily like. he can tell me about it. I'll help him with it. You know, I'm a laid back person myself, so you're not getting a lot of drama. I can handle my children. I can handle my household. So it's not a guess what so-and-so did, you know, type of thing. I just feel like in his day, he has too much time. He's very charming. He's very friendly. And he has a lot of people.
Oh, okay.
You know, he has a lot of friends. I
We
don't
know
mind
he
the
got too
female
much
friend.
time. What do you mean?
Hey, he's being a social butterfly.
He's a social butterfly. Yeah, absolutely. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like you as the head of your household and the head of your marriage, you should be able to draw a line. I have male friends, but it's a boundary that they will not ever cross. You see what I'm saying? Because
so because of the work the work he does it require him to be social or?
I mean, of course he work with people, but I'm saying it just allows him the time to, you know, sit down and entertain.
But see, here's the thing. Here's what you got to understand. Like, work is work, home is home. So even if you being, let's say you being a social butterfly per se. I mean, if the job requires you to be that, if you're working with people, you know that. You know, his attitude needs to be.
No, she's saying I work in a group home, and you know it ain't.
Say that again.
I work in a group home.
Adults with disabilities.
And basically, what she's saying is, I have too much time to, you know, too much downtime at this job to interact with other people.
To entertain.
To interact.
To entertain. We are entertaining at this point. I interact with a lot of men, but I'm not entertaining.
Let's help our fellow brother out real quick.
Yeah.
All right, man. So let's understand what she said. What was it? Entertainment?
Yeah.
And what is it? What was the other one?
Interact.
Yeah. So there's this real thin line. It's really thin. You can't see it, but it's there if you so happen to cross it. But no funny shit. I think her thing is, and I'm jumping out on a limb here, you might be missing something that she's trying to tell you that she feels like she needs from you. So if she's seeing you, quote unquote, entertain, her attitude is, whatever she see you doing, that needs to come to her and her own.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
I get it.
You're gonna have to start taking out certain words, certain body gestures. It's more so you learn. It's a because I get lit up for it all the time because I'm just one of the most friendliest dudes. Like, I'm cool like that, but I also have to understand, like, I can't smile too much while I'm having a conversation. Or laughing too much.
Facts.
Like, you gotta fall back sometimes. Facts. It's hard to do when you're in the moment, but it's one of those
when
things.
That's who you are naturally. It's hard to do when that's just your personality. I mean, I know exactly what she's coming from and exactly what she means by it, because, like I said, it's so fucking ironic that, you know, you hit me and say, hey, you want to hop on, and then this is what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Like, this shit is really fucking ironic because, like I say, I'm living it. In my role, it's extremely stressful.
Yeah.
I work in the financial world, but at the same time, I'm also in leadership. I'm an ops manager, so I'm responsible for my whole entire office, interacting, making sure that morale is where it needs to be. And sometimes that's noticing that when Mary comes through the door, she's not her genuinely, you know, her general chipper self, or something's going on, and being able to, hey, you know, whatever it is, blah, 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 shake this off. And then, unfortunately, maybe a time or two, Mary may take that as, yo, Red is really, really, truly concerned. You know, he really, truly cares about my well-being.
Indeed.
And it may go a little bit further. Or you know, in those type of instances. Where she's coming from and what she's asking of you is not to carry on certain conversations, cut them short, not to make them so personable, and to cut them short. And if you need to have that, send a text to her while you're at work. Make a phone call to her while you're at work, and have those with her. Now, I said in my particular instance, My world, I have the knack to where no matter what situation you put me in, no matter what boardroom you put me in, no matter what company, I can nail it. My significant other, my spouse, didn't necessarily have that. I taught her that. I had to build that into her. So there was so much stuff going on in her workspace to where it was, hey, let me discuss what's going on in my life. Let's discuss what's going on in my world. Well, let's discuss what's going on in my job. How can I get to this role? How can I get to this position? But in my particular instance, that took away from the time of me having the outlet to bring on the stresses of my day. Again, I fucked up and allowed, something different or someone different to, take on me having having those talks. I talked, I mentioned, I brought it up, I made an issue of it, I made an issue of it, I made an issue of it. But life and other things seem to have took precedence over what I was bringing up. So, nonetheless, irregardless, the fact of the matter is me making the decisions I made were fucked up.
Yeah.
They were wrong. But I'm living through the recovery process. We can recover.
Me too.
You definitely have to. You got to have a strong mindset. You got to have the will and the want and the desire. And James, I commend you, my guy. And I just in this brief moment, I've learned some shit from you. So I appreciate what you spit out to us. But from someone who's paid the ultimate price and made the ultimate decision, I say to you, my boy, take those moments and those simple communications of which you feel maybe just innocent. Nah, it ain't that innocent. And as she's expressed to us tonight, she's not seeing it as being just
you see,
send a text to her and say, hey.
I came up rough. And I treated women like shit. You know what I'm saying? I talk about it all the time. I treated women like shit at the time, and then now, when you grow up, when you evolve, back then I didn't give a fuck. I didn't care. What I said or what I did, it really didn't matter to me because I had been so down and out about things that occurred in my life. I really just didn't give a fuck. But then
find them fucking feet.
When you grow, when you get evolution, when you run into somebody that actually will put their foot down and will tell you they're not gonna take the shit that you normally do and have done. You know what I'm saying? Evolution. It makes you step up and get your shit together. You know what I'm saying? When you have, my man say he been married for 18 years. I'm pretty sure it ain't been all sunnies and roses and peaches and cream every day of those 18 years. Am I right?
Hell no, it ain't been always.
So, we all go through a phase or a rough patch or something.
Off the rip, no.
Yeah.
We all go through something.
I'll say this though, because I said that in a joking manner. But the thing you have to remember is most of those days have to be sunny and rosy.
Yeah,
they're all not going to be
right.
Absolutely,
but most of them have to be. You got 7 days in a week. I would say at least 5 of them have to be that way.
Absolutely,
right.
You aim for 7, but
yeah,
most times, I mean, you can go weeks without a problem. Like right now, I may have an issue because I haven't spent a lot of time with my wife and I'm recording a podcast. It's like, as you get older, you learn balance. And I'll say this to you too. Something that I don't think we as men talk about enough is love languages. Now, I personally used to dismiss that shit.
Facts.
With no thoughts.
Now, I learned about that like 2 years ago, I think.
Listen,
but it changes too, so you need to check on it regularly. Like it changes.
Absolutely.
As you adapt and grow, it changes. So
you have to take you and your wife need to take the time to learn each other's love language. That will help you move forward the rest of your marriage.
That's a fact.
Like, if you don't know the things that make your wife happy, she don't know the things that make you happy, you'll find yourself spinning your wheels. And it took us bottoming out for me to say, you know what, damn, maybe I should pick up a book.
Big
and read a
facts. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But you don't want your situation to keep bottoming out because eventually, because you said something in the beginning and you was like you could come back from anything.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous mindset to have.
It is. Yeah.
You
is.
may not be able to come back from. Like sometimes shit just keep piling up, and the person gets to the point like, okay, you know, where are we headed? Is this, you know, is this the best get from him? Like, can we move forward? So you don't want to keep thinking that you can come back. Like the goal is to find the problem, find a solution, and work on that solution every single day.
Use the 5 whys, bro. You know what that is?
Talk to me.
Shit, I don't.
Look,
what are they?
The five whys when you having issues with your significant other, you gotta ask when did it start? Where did this issue come from? Why are we at this point? What is it that I can do to fix it? And then where do we go from here?
Facts.
So they're really the 5 W's, but you use the 5 Y's either way. But what it does is a lot of times when you listening to your significant other, you have to really take your time to listen. Close your mouth and listen.
Mm-hmm.
Don't elevate your voice. Try to refrain from using cuss words. You know, any type of derogatory word that could trigger the communication to escalate. Because even right now, I can pick up from what she's saying is she frustrated as hell.
Yeah.
Like, and don't take what she did as she tried to embarrass you.
I know. No, like,
I'm saying don't. Like, it wasn't. It's more so like you use this as it's an advantage for you, honestly, because you got 3 different opinions that you can, 4, including your own, that you can take from what just happened, and then you can go and apply. So when you have these situations and she has issues, start asking her why, when, how do we, like, start asking those questions, even yourself. Because a lot of times we sit on things, we cook. I have a buddy that says sometimes you gotta let your partner cook. They mad about something, give them 2-3 days, they'll come to you, which isn't always good. But when the initial problem comes up, one of the first things you need to ask is, where did it start at? You got to go find the core of it. Because if you don't, most of the time, like, man, we going to respond right then and there what's in front of us. This is the problem you give me. I'm about to handle the problem right here, right now. And we forget to go take care of
the root issue.
Where it started at. And sometimes she's not going to be able to explain where it started at. You got to go figure that out.
Facts.
I mean, let me add to what you just said too, because I'm gonna tell you something that I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm being honest with you. The situation happened, but between you and your wife, make sure that does not happen again.
Facts.
Because what you don't want is people to know what's going on in your home. I don't care who they are. Your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother.
Big facts.
Keep everything you can in-house. Now, that doesn't mean you don't go outside to seek counsel, because you will need to speak to people to give you advice and give you guidance. But at the same time, we recording. So don't make sure something like that never happens again, because we don't know who's going to hear this. You see what I'm saying? You don't want that. You don't ever want people to know it's a situation in your home. It doesn't matter who it is. And
yeah, because you never know anybody's intentions.
When people know, right? And when people know it's a situation, she was talking about women like Mary Mannn. Well, guess what? The women that she's seeking to keep away just had got an open invitation to come at you even harder.
So, oh no, See, my thing is, I wouldn't say, they be like, I was one of them dudes talking. I didn't consider talking cheating per se. You know what I'm saying? Talking to somebody cheating per se. You know what I'm saying? Because my whole mind frame was, as long as, wasn't no action behind it, it's straight. You know what I'm saying?
Depends on what the words are.
Yeah. And
But see, you have to look at it in this light.
So when
Though you may not be committing a physical act,
right,
or you may not be actually doing,
that
anything intimate behind it. What you have to look at is you're cheating her now of time that you could have spent with her.
Yeah.
Or a moment that you could have shared with her.
Yeah, that's a fact.
True enough.
Hit it right on the head.
What you said?
I said my man hit it right on the head.
True enough. And you know what I'm saying? My mind frame was different, you know what I'm saying, until, I realized how bad it was getting and how bad it hurt her. So, you know what I'm saying, you have to fall back. Sometimes it's okay to fall back and step back and analyze the situation and be like, all right, yeah, I fucked up. I truly fucked up. So, you know what I'm saying? I used to deflect a lot. I used to deflect the problems off on other people when really I had to step into myself and say, you know what? Maybe it's me. A lot of men can't do that or won't do that. Pride is everything nowadays. But for me, it was, okay, I fucked up. All right, you got me. You did the rights. It was me this time. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Any other time, I would normally be like, you know what, it was you. Because you did this and you said this and you acted like this. Now, I look at things different. I'm on a different, I step back and look from the other side and be like, you know what? You fucked up. And even if I know I fucked up, my old self would be like, nah, man, it was her fault. It was their fault.
One thing you need to keep in mind too, you will lose a woman faster.
Yeah.
And probably never get her back emotionally if you stepping out. A woman will accept you having sex with another woman. It was a one night stand or whatever. But the minute you start confiding in another woman, bruh, it's a wrap. It's done. You cannot get her back. So
big facts.
So here's the
you gotta
thing
be
with
real careful with the words you saying to any other woman.
So here's the thing with that when you communicate with other women in your relationship. I learned this a while back. The best way to do is take the personal out the conversation. If you have a female in your life that's a friend, she don't need to know shit about you personally. Keep your personal business out the conversation. Even if you had an issue, I had a flat, call baby up.
Facts.
Don't go, even, I'm telling you, because they feed off of that. They'll feed off of, oh, he vulnerable, he had a moment. Now you can find him. So you got to learn to keep the personal conversations out of it. You'll float a long way, because there's nothing that woman, even if it's through text, everything is like, oh, your day was like, this is cool. But always you always give your short end of the stick to somebody that, there's no, that way you avoid the emotional attachment.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's like, you just keep the shit to a minimum, dog. I keep it to a minimum. We can be out in a club or something. I bullshit all day, but I'm not getting to the point where you comfortable to think that, oh yeah, you trying to shoot his shot type of shit. Nah, the club, you like the club, is cool. What you drinking on? That's a bet. Oh, I'm here with such and such. You control the conversation. Don't ever find yourself chasing the conversation. Because then that's when you start fucking up. Because like he said, you start using the wrong words because you're not paying attention.
Right.
Kid, come back.
Cuz, man, she keep trying to slide into the combo. Okay. I just think, like I said, sometimes pride is a motherfucker. It'll stop you from achieving what you really want to do. You know what I'm saying? Man, we are very prideful people. We fuck up. We won't admit it unless our back is against the wall. And even then, we still won't admit it. You know what I'm saying? And, for me, that is my biggest problem. I'm too prideful. You know what I'm saying? I don't never want to you will never see me fail. You will never see me fall. You will never see me have a weak moment, and if you do, you know what I'm saying, it's your fault that you saw all that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I carry life, man. I carry so much on me. I put so much burden and so much pain on myself that failure is never an option. Me being wrong is never an option. And yes, it costs me a lot, but I'm learning. I'm progressing. As a man, I learned a long time ago that yes, life is not going to be peaches and cream, sunnies and butterflies and daisies. You know what I'm saying? You just got to make the best of it. Make lemonade out of the rotten ass lemons that you get. You know what I'm saying? So
we gotta stop that. That's poison right there. Why would you make lemonade out of something rotten?
Right.
That's toxic.
I mean, just because something rotten on the outside don't mean it ain't sweet on the inside.
Nah, man, if it ain't a fresh lemon,
you can't argue with the man. And you better start listening to your buddy. Your buddy, I don't know who. I mean, this is my first time talking to dude, but
Yeah.
You might want to keep dude on your team.
Yeah, that's my man's. You know what I'm saying? I knew that first combo. That's my man's. So,
yeah, man, this is real talk, man. It's one of them things. It's through growth. Like I said, I'm not married, but the kid, my 3 kids have caused me to elevate to a certain point to where it's like everything isn't a go. And then here's the thing with the pride thing. Your ego and your pride, you got to check that at the door. Once you decide, and I think, I don't know, Red, you married?
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all probably can understand what I'm about to say. Once you say, hey, I'm about to become one with somebody, that you got to check your pride and your ego at the door. The door. You gotta let that shit go right then and there. And then it becomes an excuse when you be like, well, I've been through a lot. It's an excuse when you start hearing yourself repeat the same statement.
mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm listening to you and you was like, well, where I grew up, this, and then now it's like, as you continue, I'm like, damn, he don't even realize he not making excuses, but sound like an excuse.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
True
You
enough.
get what I'm saying? It's not saying you intentionally doing it. So the key to that is, like he said, don't repeat it. That's the key. You gotta acknowledge it,
Grow
accept
from
it,
it.
and then make action out of it.
Yep.
One thing you need to do, you need to plan, you need to think about what you want out of the marriage. That's number one. Like that's something, because one, again, like my man said, 2 become 1. So it's like, and my man, he married, he'll tell you, like, man, your decisions, they not your own no more.
Nah.
Like, whatever you thinking is like, you gotta run it by your wife. She gotta run it by you. Like, the days that you make a decisions for yourself is over. And it's like, it's a partnership, and it's like, God, like, this is the thing about marriage people don't want to say. Like, you gotta do the work. Like, it's work, and it's work every day. And people tell you, oh, people don't change. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
People change. Like, you're not gonna be like, I met my wife when I was 21. I'm not the same. I'm 41 now. I'm not the same man I was when we met. Like,
right.
That's stupid. Like, you get in a marriage, the longer you in there, the more things change. You know, you may have started out wanting something, and then years come down the line, and it's like, you know what? Maybe I don't want that no more. You may have started off wanting 4 kids and scaled it down to 2. It's just so many things that come with it, man. Like, and it's every day. Like, you have to be committed to your marriage every single day. Because the day you not is the day it's not gonna work.
What you put in this?
Some sugar gave her.
I got a question for you. I got a question for your wife. What's she at?
She done put a little bit of that sugar gave her in your shit.
Man, she just said that too.
What's she at? I got to tell your wife I got a question for her.
Now,
He's terrified now.
why you thinking of that question?
Why
y'all thinking of that question? I just want to take the time to pay homage to another artist that y'all didn't give enough credit to. He kind of fit this
Here
bill.
we go.
He kind of
Yeah, he
fit.
tried to shut the shit down.
You gotta stay on topic, brother.
He kind of fit this
no,
bill.
Tell her, come here, let me ask this
He
question.
kind of fit this bill. Hold on. He kind of fit this bill. Y'all didn't give enough credit to Donnell Jones, man.
Man,
Okay.
you tripping. Everybody know what it is with Donnell.
No.
Everybody gave him his just due. I
Yeah,
mean,
he had his flowers thrown too.
Yeah, he
Where's
got his
your
flowers
wife,
while he was out in his prime. He got his flowers.
Y'all didn't give Donnell Jones his due.
We can't deal or take the blame for fucking label issues and shit like that, and that he didn't get the proper backing. We can't. That ain't on us. We gave him credit. The people loved him. But
No,
his fucking label,
y'all didn't go out and buy that man records.
Put him on the shelf.
Okay. Y'all didn't go buy Donnell Jones records.
We were waiting on follow-up
where he
projects.
want to be. If he knew where he wanted to be, he would have been somewhere.
Yeah, we were waiting on follow-up projects, so it ain't on us that we didn't give him credit. Now go get it. Where's your wife?
Yeah, the question about to help you. Tell her to come here. I'm trying to help.
She gone. Come on, man.
It's a very important question.
Look, this is the Man Cave After Hours.
No, it's not.
That's a fact. So here's my question to you, because it sounds like you want things to move forward, right? So my question to you is: are you willing and ready to accept the change behavior?
Yes, I am. Well,
Hell no,
right
because
now-
every 5 minutes that shit coming up.
Can't.
wait a minute. No,
This is when you
I'm
solid.
going to tell you where I am right now. I don't care no more. You see what I'm saying? It becomes just being honest, not to put everything out there. But to me, it's become a habit. It's not a mistake anymore. You're intentionally doing things because it's something.
Yeah, it's cutting. You cutting out. You
We can't
cutting
hear
out.
you. We can't hear.
You cut out.
My microphone.
I didn't even touch your mic.
You know,
I didn't even
There you
touch
go.
your
We can
mic.
hear it now.
you can hear me now. Okay.
All I heard was, I don't really care. I'm just over it.
Yeah, like
It is what it. Like I didn't hear nothing in
right
between.
now. I don't care.
But no, really, like the reason why I asked that is if the acknowledgement is there and then the conversation happens, a lot of times women want change behavior and they're not even emotionally ready to accept that change. Because you'll hold on to that mistake. And it's like 6 months go by and he's changed, he's not showing any of the same behaviors, yet you're still looking at him as if he did that. So you have to ask yourself, like, am I really ready for the change behavior to come? I want this to stop. I want this particular action to stop. And then when it stops and he maneuvers a whole different way from that mistake, you got to be ready to accept that, and then you got to move with him.
Yeah,
You gotta move forward.
absolutely. And I'm good at that. You know what I mean? I'm good at letting things go. I'm good at forgiving. You know what I mean? I don't hold grudges at all. But right now, I'm just at a point where, come on now, don't do it, because we sitting here, huh? It's okay. So right now, I'm just at a point where I just feel like this is it. You know what I mean? Like this is just what is going to be, and I kind of feel like literally, it's just he don't want something.
Ken, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? What are you doing to our audio?
I'm not doing anything.
It's going out again.
Like we hands
Yeah,
free over here.
listen. With those mics, you can't move. Try to stay like right in front of the mic. So when you back
I'm like
up,
right in front of it.
But not too close because you're gonna have a lot of reverb.
Okay. Is that okay?
Right
All
there.
Okay. Perfect.
So no, I just feel like it's something that he don't want here. You know what I mean? Sometimes, I just feel like he made a mistake, and I feel like, his past, it won't go away. I feel like he don't want it to go away. So it's not going to go anywhere. You know what I mean? So I just kind of, this is how I feel right now, because this is kind of fresh. These things are fresh. So right now I feel like if we continue this is what it is. I just got to learn to accept that I'm not really that person that he wants, or else I got to just let the marriage go. Now, I don't give up easy, but I can't, because I have children, I have my own goals, so I can't stay when I know it's not something that he want, and I feel like it's not something he want. So I'm fighting myself here. But
But let
Yeah,
me
you gotta
ask.
start.
So,
the change behavior, yeah, am I ready for it? Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
go
can
all
ahead,
right.
I
Zach.
grow past it? Yeah, I
Can I
can.
I,
ask? Can I ask y'all a question? Have either of you two seen a successful marriage?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Have you seen one?
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm gonna tell you, it's not my parents. Neither one of them. So these,
So what do you define as a successful marriage?
I mean, just like I take my grandparents, and then I have an uncle and an aunt, and they've been married for like ever. But they just kind of they put in the work. They actually put in the work. It was never perfect, but they didn't run from one another, and they worked through whatever issues they had, and they were able to come back around to love each other, through everything. Now,
So I'll tell you what I told Ken. I said the most important thing that you two can do is study each other love language. Now it may sound easy, I don't know, but that me and my wife had our issues, and that was something I had to come to grips with. Learning what my wife needs and what my wife wants were, but my wife already knew how to fulfill my love language. So I was the issue. Um, like you said, it's work, but you can get through it. And then another thing I told Ken, um, try to keep your situations in house. Like I think it's good that we're talking, but I don't think it's good for everybody to hear this conversation that we're having, because you said, I'm kind of repeating myself, but you wasn't here, so I'm going to go back. What I told Ken was the same thing that you were complaining about, like women liking married men. You actually just set him up for that by letting people know that there's a situation in your home.
I feel like
So
it's already out there. I feel like it's literally there. You know what I mean? So I can't set up something that's already been put out there, but I did not put it out there. But it is out there.
no. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not talking about initially what happened. I'm talking about we focusing on the right now. So what happened right now was you came in and you said there was a situation. So immediately, anybody who hears this audio will know that Ken and his wife has a situation. Now, the same married women that you're talking about, I'm sorry, not married, the same women that you're talking about, like married men, will come up to Ken and be like, I heard the podcast. What's going on with you and your wife? And I hope Ken is equipped enough to answer this question correctly. But to keep Ken out of that situation, one, don't even bring it up for nobody to hear. Because that, again, it's like the minute you put anything out into this atmosphere, they're involved in your marriage. I had to find that out the hard way. Like when me and my wife started having issues, the first thing when people really active on social media. So I used to always post, oh, me and my wife doing this, me and my wife doing that, blah, blah, blah. Well, when me and her had a falling out, guess what? You're not
them
posting
posts
pictures,
stop.
you're not
Yep.
talking about them. So automatically everybody knows something is up in
Something
the
ain't right.
house. So the first thing I did when me and my wife, because we separated, but we got back together. First thing I did, change my social media behavior. I don't post my moves no more. It's like, that's not for people to know. It's you
At all.
when you what you're doing, you don't see the harm in it. It looks good. Everybody's enjoying it. The merge goes and all that bullshit. But the problem is those people are now in your merge. They might not have a big investment, but they're invested. And the minute something go wrong, now they know because you're not in it no more. It's like people can see. People know your patterns. And then you get to a point where it's bad We all know it's bad. Like the husband and the wife know this shit is bad. But because everybody's in it, now you have to keep posting, keep putting on this front that everything's okay. And the reality is not.
Ken,
Yo,
Hey, real quick. You posted something the other day in regards to growth, and you said that not everybody can go with you because they don't have the same common goals.
facts.
They don't have the same. They don't have the same path. Likewise with this, and the way my man James just said, we're talking about this now. Neither the three of us or the four of us have anything that's have any intentions to provide division amongst you. But who's to say everybody that may hear this is on that same page? It's to me the whole Facebook effect. And the reason I say Facebook, I don't have Facebook. The moment me and my wife got married, that was something that we agreed upon we were going to do away with. Reason being, have either of you ever had the opportunity of changing your relationship status on Facebook?
I'm blocked on Facebook. I stay blocked
Okay.
on
Well,
Facebook.
the reason I say that is the moment you change any status of your relationship on Facebook, motherfuckers from the second grade that you went
yeah,
to
that
share
shit
Facts.
crayons with,
Facts.
you wouldn't give a glue stick to
Man.
come out the motherfucking woodworks
they
because
hit
they
you with
see
that, hey,
oh
big head.
yeah, exactly. And then it becomes, I always like the way you carried your books in the classroom, or, some shit like that. I mean, just some off the wall shit. So realistically, some shit just, it really, it's the old adage, what happens in my house stays in my house.
Right.
And when it comes to your relationship, you definitely need to do that. And I know she ran off again, and I hate to keep calling her back, but I've got a question for her that I want to know, because my
No,
thing
right
is this:
here.
everybody's cup, everybody's cup is different. Everybody
Right
cup
here.
runs
Let me get a
over
question.
or fills up. Some people have a 3 ounce cup. Some people have a gallon cup, or whatever the case may be. But, and I'm just going off of context. This isn't the first time, and the way that she said this, and the way that she's speaking on it, she's mentioned this to you before. So you've got to sit down and you've got to open your ears, your mind, and your heart, and determine that, hey, I'm not going to put her through this any longer. You led off by saying that men are fuck ups. You said that we
Mhm.
fuck up on things, that we have somebody that's the greatest person ever, and we make mistakes and we fuck up. If you can acknowledge that she is the greatest thing for you, she's provided growth to you, and just from hearing her speak, she said that she backs anything that you do or anything that you're involved in, whether she likes it or not. That alone is enough to ride for. So make the honest decision upon yourself to make those necessary changes. Now, Miss Ken, I'm gonna say to you again, you've got to have, like James has said, you've got to have the willingness. And I understand that sometimes some of the trauma that we've caused and some of the trauma that we've put you through, it'll get you to a point to where you don't know what's real anymore. You don't know what to believe in. You don't know what to trust in, because sometimes I'm sorry won't cut it anymore. But I say this, you have to train yourself to certain trauma. Have you ever been in a car accident before?
Yes, I have.
But you still get up and you go get up and drive the very next day, and
Absolutely.
you have to go wherever you have to go. You don't sit and think about, well, what if I get in another accident? You get up and you do as you go on your regular day as safe as you possibly can. You don't worry about, well, hey, will another car run into me, or will I run into another car? Have you ever fell down and skinned your knee before? But you've gotten back up and you continue to walk on and continue to press on to walk anywhere you needed to go. You don't sit and worry about, well, darn, if I go take another step, I'm going to skin my knee again. If you get changed behavior of what you're requesting and what you're looking for, accept it from that and trust and go off of the fact that, hey, what if this does continue to work and go the way that I want? Am I going to be the cause of the person that loses out on all of us if I don't let this moment go? But Ken, stop fucking up.
Oh, and to add to that,
You sound like a pastor, bro. I'm about to
hey,
hit your cash app.
hey, Ray, what the cash app is, bro? Hold on, let me make my donation. Hey, Ken, man, real shit. You got to start telling your wife how much you care about her, man.
Yep.
What I'm picking up is she ain't hearing it enough, dog. You can't marry her and forget to tell her that she's still the most beautiful woman in the world, man.
What you
Real
did
shit.
to get her, you
gotta start smacking her back on her ass when she walking up the stairs or she going out the car.
Man, listen.
You gotta remind her, dog.
Let me tell you something. 18 years, the one thing that will kill your marriage is getting comfortable.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It's good and it's bad. Like, it's good because you know the person, but it's bad because you stop doing the things that you were doing to get the person. So don't ever get too comfortable to the point you're not doing the things you did to get that woman. And I'm guilty of that. I don't want you like, sometimes we giving each other advice and we ain't following this shit all the time.
Again, I'm not married. I got a cop out. I'm not married. I'm trying to get where y'all at though. I ain't gonna lie, I'm trying. Hey, listening to y'all only helped me later, so I appreciate it.
It's everyday work. Like, you have to make it. You have to get up every day with the mindset of making this shit work. It's every day, and if you're not gonna be committed to it every day, then don't hold that person life up. Period.
Big facts. All right. Final thoughts. Gonna start with my man Just Red.
Make sure all the final thoughts are for him.
Hey, most certainly. Hey, man, final thoughts, first and foremost, because I slipped on it the other night. You can find me on Instagram at JustRed904. You can find me with our podcast, Code Red, a podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook as well, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor. You can find us, me and my co-host, Coco Cabana 904. You can find us on there. Final thoughts, man. Just not even knowing y'all like that, but seeing, and following the posts and seeing the things that I see, you got you a solid one. And the words of Jaheim, put that woman first. When you get the moments, you feel like, hey, such and such is going to understand a little bit better than she will. Take whatever it is that you feel strong enough to say to such and such and say it to her. Say it to your wife. Marriage is a beautiful thing. And in all honesty, with the both of you right there and still in the same household, there's chance, there's opportunity. It ain't lost. Fight for it, my dude.
My man James.
Man, listen, I wish you all the best. Like I said, one thing that'll help you is reading some books. Pick up that love language book. You and your wife do the test together. Like, try to incorporate doing things with your wife. And also, let me tell you something to help me, man. Just every so often, just send a random text. I love you. Thank you for being the woman you are. And leave it at that. That one text, you'd be amazed what one text would do for your whole day. So, start sending random texts. You could go to the grocery store, pick up some flowers in there. Like, you gotta do shit to let that woman know that she is number one, she is special, she the only one that matters. Because I'm gonna tell you, I had those issues with being social, but the one thing that I've made clear to my wife, absolutely clear, is no fucking woman on this earth can take her place. None of them. So she's still in her spot. So you gotta make sure that woman is secure in her spot, man.
Yeah, definitely. You got it?
Yes,
I just
sir.
sent you the quiz.
I got it.
Time. Not today, though. Let y'all simmer down.
I got you.
Don't take it right now, because she might hug you out in the quiz and be like, do I want to spend time with him or go out to a movie by myself? And she'll click that. It'll fuck up the whole test.
Final
but
thoughts.
No, for real, when y'all do take the test, take it together. Read the questions out loud. That way y'all learning as y'all going through these questions, because if one of them is, when you get home, would you rather watch a movie with your wife, or go sit by the pool. It'll be a question like that. And a lot of times it gravitates to let you know that, damn, sometimes her quality time can be here, but her word of affirmation is here. And then your word of affirmation is here. And what's another one that's on there?
Physical touch.
Physical touch is here, but our quality time is here. So that's very important. That's very important. And understand that even though those are your love languages that you receive, those are what you put out also. And a lot of people don't put that out there. Like if I'm word of affirmation, my words are very, very powerful. You understand what I'm saying? So with physical touch, it's like some people are huggers, some are not. So really, really dive into it. And also, man, go get you a little board. Write your goals down. Cause I can show you mine. Let me see if I can grab it. I don't know if y'all gonna be able to see it. This shit right here. No bullshit. You see this? Personal goals for January to March, right? But at the bottom, words that I need to remove and words I need to add. You gotta discipline the shit out of yourself, man. And it's okay to grow up, dog. That's my final thoughts. It's definitely okay to grow up, and it's definitely okay to love your wife.
All right. My final thoughts is this. Growth is everything. Prayer is everything. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't mess up. It's a part of life. But one thing I will say this, and I'll say this: there is anybody that's listened to my show from the first episode till when y'all hear this one knows I wear my heart on the sleeve. I put everything that I do out there because what I'm going through or have went through may help somebody else that's going through or went through the same exact thing. So if I can even if you take something from anything, from any episode that I ever put out, and you get something out of it because you know that you've been through it, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this. I embarrass somebody that means the world to me, so it's okay for me to take a little bit of embarrassment. That don't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Because I put my whole life on the line. In every episode I've ever done, you will learn a story about me some type of way. So yes, men fuck up. We do dumb shit. It's up to us to get out here and make it right. And that's what I'm trying to do. There is no issue in my house right now, but it was. You know what I'm saying? It was. And she was worried about me even getting on here. She didn't even have any idea that I was going to even bring any of this up. Like, this was all me. I wanted to be, because I can get out here and tell my stories about everything else. Well, I need to get out here and tell my story about the trials and tribulations that I went through and that I'm still going through. We're good. We could be better, but we're good. And you know what I'm saying? That's where hard work comes in. I love this woman. I will always love this woman. So there is no getting away from that. Yes, I had a moment of weakness. The old me would never come out and say that. It would be her fault. But the new me is like, you know what? I fucked up. We'll grow from it. We'll learn from it. It'll never happen again. Y'all know me, man. I wear my heart on the sleeve. I say what I want, how I want, when I want, and I really don't have a filter. So with that being said, you brothers, I'm glad we had this conversation. You know what I'm saying? Men can't really sit around, and have conversations like this for fear of being known as weak or, weak. So shout out to y'all brothers on everything that y'all doing. Y'all can catch my mans and I'm on every platform. As always, we post links after this. Shout out to Mr. James, man. Hey, you got a lot of knowledge, man. So if I come through and pick your brain, I most definitely, I'm one of them people. I pick brains. So
you don't got Facebook. You don't have to drop your information, man. I might have to pick at you.
Oh yeah, he on IG.
Said this, like
So Just Red, man, you already know we locked in, man. You know, I'm a be at you quite a lot, man. So Dale, you know what it is. You're a Drake hater, but you my mans, man. So, you know. Shout out to y'all, man, and everything in y'all platforms and y'all shows. We definitely gonna do this again. Like, for real. Y'all got an open forum on this podcast. Anytime y'all want to talk some shit, let me know. I'm here. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody that's listening. Y'all know what this is, man. When this comes out, they're gonna be like, damn. But I mean, it really don't bother me. But just so y'all know, I'm working on me. I'm working on me. So anybody that's listening that think they can interfere or whatever, I'm working on me. It ain't gonna happen. Got a force field. Okay, beam me up, Scotty. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what this is, man. Bet the House Podcast. Shout out to everybody. Get on with my man Conversations with Lamp. Get up with my man Just Red, Cold Red, a podcast. DLP, a Man Cave podcast. Y'all know what it is, man. We out. We out. We out. We out. We out.